What's up everyone? Welcome back to the second episode of my amazing food series. So today I'm out here in nature, just out hiking around, and I have brought along my favorite fruit to snack on. The humble banana. So just as we did last week with the sweet potato, we're gonna be talking all about bananas today. So we're gonna talk about the history of it, some fun facts about it, and then we will head home and talk about the nutritional content of the banana and some of my favorite ways to consume them, and I'll share an awesome recipe with you guys as well. So you guys know I absolutely love bananas. I have them I definitely have them every day after my workout, either in my smoothie or my post-workout smoothie bowl. I just think they're such an amazing food, so it's only natural that I did it for the second episode of this series. Got it out of the way because sweet potatoes, bananas, definitely two of my favorite foods. It probably comes as no surprise to you guys that the banana is one of the most consumed fruits in the entire world. And it's because, you know, it's available year-round, so the tropical countries that grow it are able to pump them out consistently. They're really cheap to buy in stores, and they tend to like ripen on the shelf as well, which is really, really nice. And they are also super calorically dense for fruit, which makes them an amazing bang for your buck. One medium-sized banana has around 100 to 120 calories, but we will be talking more about the nutrients when we get home. So I bet a lot of you guys didn't know that the banana is actually classified as a berry. Yeah, I know, it seems weird, but that's what it is. And even weirder is that the banana plant is classified as an herb. Yeah. Don't ask me any more about it. That's as far as I got in my research. So the Cavendish banana that we eat today isn't actually the same bananas that we've always eaten. So before 1960, the banana that was popular was called the Gros Michel. And it apparently is the most amazing tasting banana. And I know that there's some like small growers in tropical countries that still grow them. So I'm hoping that one day I get to try this banana. But for now, yeah, it's just the Cavendish banana that we see in stores. So what happened to the Gros Michel is that because they're all made from clones, like the Cavendish banana that we eat now, there are no seeds for them. So if, like a fungus came along and it wiped them all out, and there was no stored seeds or anything like that, so they couldn't really bring it back. And they're worried that the same thing is actually gonna happen to the Cavendish banana. So I don't want to think about that. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Science is pretty amazing these days, and agriculture as well, so hopefully they can come to a solution there and keep the banana around forever. So bananas are something I always try and buy at least fair trade, if not fair trade and organic. And the reason is because, like with chocolate and with coffee, these items are in such high demand, and they're grown in countries where the people often don't have a lot of money. So they're kind of like forced to work in really bad labor conditions, and they're not paid very much. And it's really sad because it's often the only way that these people are able to make money. And so yeah, I encourage you guys, there's a documentary out there called Bananas with an exclamation mark, and that is an amazing documentary if you want to learn more about the banana industry and why you should buy fair trade bananas. But the people who made that documentary actually got sued by Dole because they did not like how it exposed them, and it's a little bit hard to find now. So there's another one called, come on brain, Banana Land. So that one's really easy to find. You can find that all over the place, and yeah, it'll give you a good insight onto the banana industry and, like, you know, how terrible it really is. So yeah, definitely organic, fair trade if you can. I bet you guys learned something about the banana there. Even if you thought you knew it all, I bet you learned something. I still can't believe that they're considered a berry. That is so weird. So when you're having like a banana and berry smoothie, you're kind of having a berry and berry smoothie. Anyways, enough cool facts and bad jokes. Let's head home and talk about the nutrition of the banana, and then I'll show you guys this awesome recipe. So I obviously couldn't go the entire filming of this video without showing off my amazing banana shirt. I don't get very many chances to wear it, so I guess this is definitely one of them. So, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but I keep seeing this online, and they're always saying that we've been eating bananas wrong all along. That you're not actually supposed to open it from this end, you're supposed to open it like the chimpanzees and the monkeys and everything do, by opening it this end. And if you do, generally easier to open, but along with that, it actually takes those little like stringy things with the peel as well, which it actually works really well. So I think that's pretty cool. So it'll come as no surprise that the green bananas are much more starchy than the yellow bananas. So the riper the banana is, the more sugars it's gonna have in it, but also the more nutrients that it's gonna have. So it's much more nutrient dense when it's yellow and spotty than it is when it's like green and starchy. So we always have a bunch of bananas on hand here, and what I try and do is sort of like stagger them in my purchasing so that I'll like buy some and let them ripen, and I'll be buying some more and letting those ripen as I'm eating those ones that were getting ripe. But if you want your bananas to ripen faster, and I know this happens in the winter for us where the bananas just like don't seem to ripen, you can put them into a paper bag with something like a tomato or an apple that will release gases that help the banana to ripen. If your bananas are ripening too quick, like in the middle of the summer, and they're all ripening at the same time, you can actually take the bananas and put them in the fridge, and that will slow the ripening right down. The skin will turn all like brown and black and everything like that, but I promise you, once you open up the banana, it is like perfectly good to eat. And then what we also do with our bananas is we peel them and we put them into the freezer to freeze for smoothie bowls or smoothies. And that way they will keep in there for, you know, 3, 4, 5 months, depending on how good your freezer is. So one thing that's unique about the nutrition of bananas is that for a fruit, they contain a good amount of the amino acid tryptophan, and they also contain a good amount of the vitamin B6. So tryptophan helps our body to make serotonin, and we know that serotonin is like the feel-good chemical. It has lots of different roles in our body, but its main role is being a neurotransmitter that helps us to feel good. And B6 actually helps to facilitate our body making that serotonin from tryptophan, which is really cool. And in the absence of light, so when it gets dark out, serotonin starts to turn into melatonin in our body through a whole bunch of different processes, and B6 is actually one of the nutrients that's used to do that as well. So like having a banana before bed could even help you sleep possibly. So we know that it contains tryptophan and vitamin B6, but what else does this amazing berry have in it? Let's look at Chronometer and we'll figure it out. One large banana contains just over 120 calories, and most of those calories are coming from carbohydrates. 93% of the calories are coming from carbs, 3% is coming from fat, and 4% is coming from protein. And because it is so low in protein and in fat, there is one food that I'm thinking that you could mix with this that would be really, really good to help complement it, and that food is hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are both high in protein and high in fat, so they complement the high carbohydrate bananas really, really well, and they taste really good together. Seeds and nuts and bananas seem to go really, really well together, like peanut butter and banana, come on. But hemp seeds, definitely a healthier option, so yeah. Try that, hemp seeds and banana. You can just dip the banana right into a little bowl of hemp seeds, and it's so good. So like most fruits and vegetables, bananas are also a good source of fiber. There's 3.5 grams in just one banana. And we're looking at very little fat, as you guys can see here. Not a whole lot of protein either, but there definitely is some. So we've got some B vitamins and lots of vitamin C, which is to be expected with fruit, especially a berry like bananas. And then you can see some minerals as well. Not too high on the mineral side of things, but that is why I like to combine it with other foods like lots of dark leafy greens as well. So we already talked about some of my favorite ways to have bananas, and I know you guys follow along closely enough to know this already, but yeah, smoothies and smoothie bowls are probably my favorite ways to have them other than just on their own. They are amazing just as is. But a few other ways that I often have them are in my oats. So what I'll do is I will actually like blend up some water and banana and then cook the oats in that, and it makes the oats so nice and sweet. And bananas are actually amazing at sweetening many different recipes. So when a recipe calls for sugar or for like maple syrup or something like that, you can often try and use a banana to sweeten it instead. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But I know with like cookies and, you know, banana bread, obviously, things like that, bananas are so good for sweetening it. But seriously, they really are like my favorite go-to snack. Like it's pretty much standard issue for me when I'm leaving the house to like fill up my water bottle and then grab a handful of bananas, just so that I know I have like some good food and good nutrition. I'm not gonna be stuck somewhere without anything to eat. Like the other day, for instance, I went to a car meet and I knew that I was gonna be hanging out with a bunch of people that weren't vegan and that wouldn't necessarily wanna go to maybe a vegan friendly restaurant or something for lunch. So I just brought some bananas along and it worked out really well. But yeah, it was kind of awkward trying to like quietly film yourself eating a banana in front of a bunch of like car guys. But I did it for this video. But they're also amazing for workouts. I will have them before my workout and they never seem to upset my stomach and they give me great energy throughout my workouts. If I'm starting to crash in the middle of my workouts, I'll smash a banana or a half a banana and I find it just brings me right back up. And then after my workouts, you guys know smoothie bowls and smoothies. They really are good at helping with recovery though, so that's why I do have them around my workouts. Bananas are full of different phytochemicals that help us to recover and aid in sports performance. And like I said, they are great before or during a workout or even after workouts. Since they are full of natural sugars, they will help our body to replenish lost glycogen stores. They also contain a lot of naturally occurring electrolytes, things that you would usually buy like a Gatorade or something to get, but who knew that you could get them in fruit? So things like potassium, magnesium, and manganese are all functional electrolytes which help our body to recover from, sports and sweating and all that sort of stuff. All right, now it's time to make some food. So if you guys remember back, do you ever remember Neapolitan ice cream? It would come in like 3 different colors. It would come in 3 different colors and flavors, and it was usually like strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. So I'm gonna make banana ice cream and replicate those 3 different sort of colors. Not gonna be the exact same flavors, but 3 different colors. And yeah, it should be pretty good. I've made this before and it is amazing. I usually try and put it in the fridge to keep it for a few days, but it doesn't last very long. So we're gonna be using frozen bananas to make this, and if you guys don't have a high-powered blender like a Vitamix, it might be really hard for your blender, so what you can actually do is just like leave them out for maybe 10 minutes or so until they start to get a little bit softer, and then you can blend it, and almost any blender will blend them like that. It might not be quite as thick, but you gotta work with what you got. So the bananas are gonna be great to mimic the color of the vanilla part of the Neapolitan ice cream, but it's not gonna taste very much like vanilla. So if you wanted, you could add some vanilla extract, or if you had like vanilla bean or something like that, you could definitely add that. I don't have either one of those right now, but I do have some vanilla protein powder, so I'm gonna add it to that, and it'll definitely make it taste like vanilla and kick up the protein content as well. And then for the pink part, we're gonna be using berries to make it nice and pink. Berries combined with the frozen bananas. And then to make the chocolate one, obviously gonna be using chocolate. So here we have some cacao powder. And if you had like chocolate protein powder or something, you could probably use that instead if you wanted as well. So yeah, let's make this up. Yeah, and I forgot to mention, you may wanna add a splash of water or almond milk to help it all blend, or else it'll be pretty tough to blend. All right, so there's the vanilla portion of the Neapolitan. Oh yeah, and a quick tip to make the chocolate one taste so amazing is to just add like a pinch of salt. So there it is, all finished, and that looks pretty official if you ask me. So let's see how it tastes. Gotta get all 3 together. That is so good. So indulgent tasting, but so good for you still. It's awesome. Whenever I make banana ice cream for guests, it always blows their mind. They're like, what else did you put in here? I don't understand how it's just bananas. All right, so I think that officially concludes the 2nd episode of the Amazing Food series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys have any suggestions on how I can improve it or something else you would like to see about the foods, definitely let me know, because I will try and incorporate that in it as well. And let me know what food you guys want me to cover next week. So thank you so much. Definitely consider hitting the subscribe button if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that like button, because it helps me out so much. Throws me into the algorithms a little bit more so more people can see my videos. So I appreciate you guys watching this video all the way till the end, and I will see you soon with another video. Thank you.